My viola was made in London in about 1770, and like a lot of good instruments from that period, it's been through many different incarnations over time. It's clearly been preserved because it always was a good instrument, so people have wanted to play it. But when I purchased it in 1985, it had a modern neck on. Violas vary in size tremendously. They come in all shapes and sizes. And the design of this one meant to say that the modern maker who'd converted it and put a modern neck on it had put a very long neck on to match the very long length of the instrument. And this meant that the length of the strings was extremely long, so it was a very difficult instrument to play as a modern instrument. I found a maker 5 years ago who worked with me to do a little bit of basic research, and we both came to the conclusion that it would have had quite a short neck on it, and of course a different angle of neck as well when it was made. So while it's, of the three instruments, while it's the one that does date from the period in question, we can't be absolutely sure that it's exactly the same setup that it would have had back then. But it's all the evidence suggests that it's right. We have enough other instruments which have got their original necks and their original setups to be pretty sure that we've got close. The other big difference, of course, is the strings. We use gut strings for this repertoire because that's what they had in those days. And gut strings went right through to the 20th century. We've had a relatively short space of time in which instruments have been strung with synthetic or wire strings. The bow is similar to a modern bow, except it's shorter and lighter. And by the time Mozart wrote the piece, there were versions almost the same as a modern bow were available. But certainly it's likely that it would have been played with a bow similar to the one that I have, which is the same shape as a modern bow, but it's shorter and lighter, and it has what we call an open frog. The hair isn't gripped into the heel in quite the same way. From the point of view of comparing playing with the early instruments with modern instruments, the first thing that happened, and Jane and I have experience of this going back 20-25 years now of playing with some of the period instrument orchestras. The first thing that you notice is issues of balance are solved very quickly. The instruments tend to balance themselves out properly, which is one would expect, bearing in mind that they're the instruments that the pieces were written for. Playing this piece with a Steinway grand piano, even with a modern clarinet and a modern viola, which would be capable of a much higher volume than the instruments that we're playing with, the piano would tend to dominate. Violas get swallowed up in the middle texture playing with the piano a lot of the time, and I think the same can be said of the clarinet as well. So the pianist would always have to bear that in mind playing with a modern piano, and that's very much going to affect the way they play a lot of the music. For John playing on the forte piano, he can play where necessary very virtuosically and very stridently, and really take the instrument to the limits of its expression without having to worry too much about covering the other instruments up. There are still moments where we have to work a little bit with the balance, but I think those are more to do with personal things rather than an inherent problem caused by the instruments, which you do find happens in classical chamber music when you're using modern instruments.